AJ.
A-Twist.
It's Rap Attack.
Yeah, Chief, you know what it is, man. It's Rap Attack official with your boy AJ Showtime.
You got DJ Twisted. We got special guests in the building, man.
Now, look, first and foremost, we got to make sure, because we don't want no situation, we got to make sure the name is absolutely correct and
I know
right.
the name. I'm a fan. I ain't Nori. I know the name.
You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure it's right.
Affion Crockett is in the building. What's up, View?
What's up with it? He said, I ain't Nori. Nori, I've known Nori for years. He still messed my name up. He's like, hey, Freon. What's up, hey, Freon? Come on, Nori. That's my brother, though. That's my dude.
Salute to the guy, man.
I'm going to say, first of all, congratulations on the hip-hop story.
Thank you,
on
man.
Amazon, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I bought it twice. So I bought it the first time when it first came out. So the second time, I was like, I got to watch it again.
Yeah, I was trying to tell people, like, people don't understand the film industry, right? We did that independent.
Right.
Like, it looked like we did it with a studio. So you would think that it has all the, the studio's going to put it on every major platform. It's going to be on Netflix. It's going to be on Tubi. It's going to be on this. It's all independent. Mm-hmm. We don't have access to those studios like that, to where we could just go knock on Amazon door and be like, yo, put my movie on. It don't work like that.
Right.
So I had to pivot and create my own website, hiphopstory.com, and that was running for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then we finally was like a distributor that came to us and got us past the politics and was like, all right, we're going to pop it off on Apple, Amazon. Like, now we on the platform. So yeah, go support that. Everybody's been reposting and shouting me out. But yeah, that's what happened with it though.
Now, you said there was funny parts in there, man, that you couldn't get over.
Listen, man. You just the whole thing. So what I want to ask you about it, do you think like the rap game has crumbled now? Like, do they need to get back to that? You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't say the rap game has crumbled because there's still some dope rappers out there. I think rap, like everything else, including relationships and religion, everything is now affected by the phone. Everybody wants attention, 24 hours attention. So whenever that becomes the focus, the music suffers, the culture suffers. When beef becomes the culture, and I'm gonna get on this phone and I'm gonna say this about you, and you said something about me, instead of calling you like a man and running up on you in somewhere in Baltimore, let's go to a restaurant, let's go to somewhere, let's talk this shit out, right? Instead of doing that, we're gonna get on video.
And talk about each other, right?
And talk about each other and send videos and post. And what are we doing, guys? Let's focus on the culture. Let's focus on the fact that hip-hop is the biggest culture to circumnavigate the globe in the past 50 years. Hip-hop has changed lives. We have an opportunity to bring us together. Even if I ain't saying we're not gonna have issues. Even if we do, I could pick up the phone and be like, "Yo, what's up, man?" Like,
right.
I heard what you was talking.
No doubt.
If we got to get gritty with it, let's do that together. Keep it contained, as opposed to it spilling out. Like, we have the power to pivot and change minds.
Everybody needs a show nowadays.
We just not use. Everybody want to talk. Everybody got a microphone. So it's like, I ain't gonna say that the rap game is suffering. I'm just saying that the culture itself, as a whole, we all are going down the same toilet.
Right.
So when it comes to the culture, one thing also, your new project with Debbie's Boss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What role are you playing in that movie? And also talk a bit about that project with, you know what I'm saying, so our little mom and Clifton Powell.
Yeah, that's Deb's Boss is about Deb Antony, Waka Flocka's mom. Before music, she was in the street. She was in the game, and a serious game that she was playing too. Although she wasn't playing. But I played Mikey, basically her cousin that betrays her. That pulls a whammy on her, yeah. So
everybody knows, of course, for your comedy and movies being funny, playing this role, was it a switch for you?
100%.
Especially, you know what I'm saying, being this serious.
Yeah, 100%. It's serious, and I don't snake people. So to play somebody that's completely not me, that was like, all right, I'm down to like dive into the opportunity, so that you don't always see me as just Ray from a haunted house or Lester from Soul Man. Yeah. What happened to your furniture, kid? Even though I love those roles, but I do want to do more serious, dramatic stuff.
Was it a situation where she gave you the ins and outs, like talking to her about the story, or like give us the rundown?
Nah, I haven't even met Deb yet. That's the crazy thing. They just gave me the script. Once I read it, I was like, all right, when you're an actor, you lock in. You know what the scenario is, and it's like, all right, I can play that.
Now, you do a lot of impressions, right? So Who would you think you can play in a biopic?
We were just talking about that. I keep bringing up the name Gil Scott-Heron, right? Because he's not somebody that everybody knows like that and pays attention to. But because I'm an MC too, and because he's, the poet that he was, the prolific poet that he was, I think, and there's some physical similarities that I feel like I'll be able to pull off if I did Gil Scott. Or because I'm a dancer, Gregory Hines. That was another a conversation that has
Gregory Hines
come
would
up.
be slick.
Yeah, that would be dope.
So when it comes to all the talents that you have, what was the first talent that you realized, like, I can do this great? Was it the comedy? Was it the dancing? Dancing.
I'm a dancer first. I've been dancing since I was 10 years old. So, I was the kid. I was able to spin on my head dope. I could spin like windmills, hopping, backspins. I was like, dancing was the thing. We would win battles, win dance competitions, all that kind of stuff. So I was always just b-boying, locking, popping.
No doubt. And a lot of people don't know you was on Soul Train for a good time.
That's the thing about Soul Train. Most people think that I was like I was on there for like 2 years, 2.5 years.
That's
but I wasn't on the
good time.
I wasn't on there like when Don Cornelius. Like, I'm not that old to where I was on there in the 70s.
Yeah, like with Shamal Moore.
Shamal Moore.
Right.
Shamal Moore era. But yeah, I was on there. I was on there for that was like 2 years. That's a good time.
But you got to understand, I mean, that's a
staple right
Yeah, it's
there.
still a stable, legendary time to
For
be
sure.
on, you know what I'm saying, to be on it. And also for you to implement your style like after either the greats as far as what to do with the mask, you know what I'm saying, and doing all the different, you know what I'm
Captain.
saying? Right.
Yeah.
So tell us about like what was it like to be on that show during that time, and also like just the element and that vibe.
Well, it's funny you
era.
brought up Captain, because that's what I purposely singled him out, because I was like, all right, I can dance, but everybody on this joint can dance. So I went to the talent coordinator. I said, look, man, I'm a comedian, and I've already done Def Comedy Jam. I did all that. I said, I want to replace what Captain was on the show. I want to be the comedic guy who can dance, but he's more funny. And that helped me stand out. And once he saw it, he was like, oh, yeah, you got that. So I really was just, Lou Ski also from the New Edition clan. I just wanted to be like those guys. Yeah, I wanted to be like those guys that like had the swag, had the funny, but could dance.
Let's go dig in the crates. So let's take it back to when you wanted to dance. Like, who inspired you to want to get and start bebopping and pop locking?
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Well, Michael Jackson did that moonwalk on Motown 25. Like, I watched it in real time. So I was like, that's crazy. And then, I mean, Beat Street, Breakin', all those old movies. Again, I'm old enough to have seen them in the theater. So we saw all those movies. We was like, oh, we want to do that. I want to be like Crazy Legs. I want to be like Ken Swift. I want to be like Turbo. Like, we saw all of that stuff and was like, let's get down. You know what I'm saying? We broke out the cardboard, the tile, the kitchen tile. We put that on the grass and start, my dad would buy us boom boxes and all that.
Dope.
And that was what got us into it, like really immersing ourselves in hip hop. Run DMC, when they first dropped Sucker MCs, that was our song. Like, we would be-boying to that. So that's what it was.
It's dope.
So let's switch gears. Let's talk about some of the people that you've worked with, of course. Bernie Mac, Marlon Wayans, who was just recently here.
Shout out to Marlon Wayans. That's my brother.
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about what have you taken from them guys, and also have you gotten any advice from either Bernie Mac or just working for Marlon Wayans?
Always.
Marlon Wayans, excuse me.
Always. Like, Bernie would drop so many gems. Bernie just was like, yo, take your time. Take your time and enjoy the journey. A lot of times young artists want to be famous immediately and don't take time to just enjoy every part of the journey. And if you do that, you'll look back 30 years and you have a consistent career. If you want to be famous right away, that might last you 5 years, 6 years. And then you could kind of fizzle out. Like, there's some people that, if you think about it, you saw them popping in the mid-2000s, and they're nowhere to be seen. I would rather, like Bernie said, take my time. I'd rather be lukewarm for 50 years than to be hot, blazing hot for 5 and not seen again.
Do you feel with their comedy, especially with the cancel culture today, like you got to watch yourself with the comedy that you do now?
I don't feel like that, because I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
I fear God and not man.
No doubt.
So I'm different.
So is there anybody that would surprise us that you offended that, pulled up on you?
No.
Or anybody in terms of with your jokes that like they pulled you up like, haha, that was really
Like, that
funny.
was
or,
good
yeah.
right there.
No,
You
that's
know what I'm
always
saying?
a response. Yeah, that's all.
I want to know the conversation between you and Freeway, because that was hilarious.
Nah, that's my
right?
dude. He always hits me up like, because he knows I'm coming to Philly soon. And he said, "Don't bring the fake Freeway." LOL. But no, Freeway. We've been cool for damn near 20 years.
Yeah, good
and my boy
dude, man.
Domain, who plays him, he's been seeing us do the Freeway impression.
No doubt.
So, in a hip hop story, even though we clowning, but we clowning everybody.
Right.
But if you pay attention, Freeway is the one who saves hip hop. He comes up with the plan that saves the entire game. So even though we clowning him hard, we like, we still value him as an MC. Freeway is nice.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
one of the nicest out there.
Freeway nice.
Still to this day.
And
Still to this day.
unorthodox. Anytime you have a style that's all yours and it don't sound like nobody else's, and you barring and you got the illest beats behind you, Freeway a legend. What are we talking about?
Absolutely.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Now I'm a Versus at the Party fan.
Yeah.
So I tune in every time they have a Versus, I go straight to them.
That's what I'm saying. The first person to read the comments, we got to check what you saying, man.
Spice, man. Spice, man. Me and Spice, we just two big kids. And we just we had no filter. So that's my brother, man. We got close during the pandemic. The crazy thing is we were doing those Versus battles. We had never met each other yet. We just was friends on the internet. But we go on IG Live and we both had a closet full of outfits that matched everything that they was doing on Versus. And so, yeah, that was just a fun time. Pandemic was us on lockdown and just it was like survival of the most creative.
No
That's
doubt.
what it was.
Speaking of Versus, let's talk on T.I. versus 50. Now, 50 just dropped something saying it's going to be in a new Power series.
Right, a couple bars, right.
A couple bars. What you think about that? Like, he just dropped like a half a bar and it just like kind of killed the internet this morning.
Also, you being a lyricist yourself, you know what I'm saying, in terms of...
Yeah, again, I don't participate in beef culture. You know what I mean? I mean, 50, that's been his thing since he came out, really. Like, he's well versed in that. I would rather see those brothers work together. That's just me. You know what I mean? And my voice ain't big enough to where I would be able to speak to both of them and be like, yo, man, this is really what y'all should be thinking about. They making too much money. They don't care about what I think, right? So they'll do whatever they want to do. But if it were me, I would find a way to really use that influence for a different reason. They both kings. Like, what are we talking about?
Right. Now, you being from Fayetteville, North Carolina, of course, J. Cole, same area. Have you guys had a chance to ever like collab or work together?
Nah. I know him. We almost worked together on a TV show, but we pitched the pilot, and it was actually a collaboration with Martin Lawrence too. But again, I tell people all the time, y'all don't understand the industry. It's not like you can just be like, I want to do a show.
Right.
I'm gonna just get a show on Netflix. It's a multi-billion-dollar business that's run by a lot of executives. They don't just let anybody come put a show on their network. So
can you tell us a little bit about the pilot, or what was it about?
It was based on the local airport, the regional airport. It's like a workplace comedy, but the regional airport in Fayetteville.
Okay.
And so I reached out to Cole. I was like, yo, me and him was gonna play brothers, and these baggage handler brothers. And yeah, it was a whole thing. Martin was like the new manager of the airport, and he had to turn it around. And we pitched it around to all these different networks, and they didn't rock with it. But I had Martin on board. I was one of the producers, writers. But again, that's the game. That is the game. You'll hear about a lot of shows and movies that people have been pitching for years, and they don't get bought until like 15 years later. So
sounds like it's going to be the new independent move. It's going to be a success, and they're going to be mad.
Real talk, man.
Yeah,
now, you've been to Baltimore Comedy Factory a couple times.
I've been here
Several
about 10
times.
times. Yeah, I think it's
Several
like my 10th time. I love coming here.
So why do you think it's still important to do stand-up comedy of a person of your stature that's already established?
I don't feel like I'm a person of stature.
Man, you are though.
When I say that, I mean, I'm not too big for anything. Okay. Like, sure, there's gonna be certain amenities that I like, right? I'm not gonna just be in the hood doing comedy at somebody's fish fry, right? But Baltimore Comedy Factory's done nothing but show me love.
No doubt.
So in the same way, speaking of J. Cole, that he got in a Honda and drove around and went to A&T and all the different schools and took it back to selling out the trunk. You have to have that mentality. You got to show love to the people that know you in the airports and in the malls. So in my mind, I'm not this big celebrity dude that is untouchable. I'm still the guy that's somewhat accessible. That's like, nah, let me support your restaurant, or let me flick it up with you. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're showing love, then love is gonna be shown back. That's just what I move off.
So before we let you go, of course, you're a man of many talents. Is there any new impersonations or anybody that you've been working on lately?
Nah, there's nothing. I wouldn't say there's any new impressions. I gotta think about that. Nah, there's no new ones.
Or what's the one that everybody always asks you to do that that you always get the best reaction from?
The latest is Maya Angelou. Like, I rise like the phoenix out of your ashes. I rise. DJ Twisted. What are we twisting? Do not twist my history. It is always Black History, not just February. Not just February. My history is 12 months out of the year. Okay. Why? But why is Black History only 28 days, the shortest month of the year, when we have the longest legacy in the world? And still I rise.
Spoken with class, man. We appreciate you.
Come on, man.
AJ Showtime, you know
Off
what it
the
is.
brain.
Huh.
Yeah, my DJ Twisted got me talking. Affion Crockett, man. Thanks for coming through, B.
Appreciate you, brother.
Love, all love. You already know, my G.
Rap attack.